my scrappy friends, I have a layout for you that I did before I moved. Woohoo! So much for having everything all up before I moved and all that good stuff. But I had this sitting on my computer and I thought, hey, I might as well do the voiceover because I did the work and I absolutely love this layout. So I decided, okay, so first, I did this amazing background with mixed media and I decided not to use it because it just wasn't working. So at this point, I'm trying to decide, do I want to add that picture with the waterfall on it? And then I decide not to. I do have another video for that, so just watch out for it because it'll be up eventually. So I really absolutely love this wood grain from Simple Stories. It's amazing. I just have something in my heart that just leaps for joy when I see a great wood grain paper, and Simple Stories is so good about doing that. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to use the ampersand or do I just want to use the green? Because I really want to add the green because it's really going to help with all the lush environment and trees that you see in the photo or parts of it, because this photo was taken when we were at Waimea Falls in Hawaii. We did a walk through and so yeah, so I decided that I'm just gonna put it on part of it because I didn't have the full sheet. And I thought it might look kind of cool if I just have it sticking out. So this layout is actually a little bit, it's not quite, I'm trying to think if it's 12 by 12. I know I cut a little bit off, but it's not quite a real true 12 by 12. Just because of the way that some of it is. I did cut it down just a smidge, but just the way that it is, it's not completely 12 by 12. And I'm okay with that because you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it fits in the protector, it'll be fine. So one thing I really like to do sometimes is just use a pen and use my stencil and create something on a background. And it's really, really fun when you do it on like wood grain because it kind of looks like a tree that someone wrote on or sketched out something, you know, with their knife or something. It's just really subtle, but it gives just this fun little added interest to your layout without being like really crazy. Not that I don't mind crazy, because I do. I don't mind that either. So I'm looking through the papers that I had printed off from Claudia's line. Oh gosh, this was like her, I want to say this was her, Amy, her collection Amy. So this is an old, and now it's an older collection. She has a few more collections out. But these are so much fun. I need to go and use some more of it because I printed off quite a few and I really love it. And I actually have one of her newer collections that I want to do. And so I have some of this Maggie Holmes. I think that's Maggie Holmes. I think that's from Bloom. Let's see. This is what happens when you wait. And then I have some, I'm just really thinking about layering because I really want to add some fun layers. But yeah, so this is a picture of my kids on, I'm not sure if I end up using it or if I think that's too much. I don't remember because there's quite a bit of color on there. I don't remember. This is, oh, I guess I do. I guess I use it down at the bottom just for a little bit of interest. But yeah, so I took this picture and I was trying to get this really fun angle of my kids on the bridge because there's a few places where there's some bridges that go back into the woods. So basically to get to Waimea Falls on Oahu, you have to go through the rainforest. This part of the island rains quite a bit And so the trees are really, really lush, but it's not a really, really hard hike. But it's about a mile, a little bit less than a mile. And it's just really fun. And so I was just trying to play with different angles and stuff because I was taking Allie's Lens of Joy class, and it was just a really fun way to take some different types of pictures. And I really just love just standing behind them and watching them walk. And so I'm using these pieces. I think those were from Pretty Little Studio, if I'm not mistaken. But I really like the Everyday Adventure, and I'm using some of Allie's story kits, her one for Wild, because I think I got that right before I left. And it's pretty wild when you're walking through the rainforest. It's just, that was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. Like, there's so many pretty flowers and just foliage, and it's just really fun. So I'm just trying to figure out what to layer where. I really like that flower that was part of the collection from Claudia. And then I add that washi tape. This was just a really fun. This was a fun layout. This was me just like playing around and having fun. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but do you guys ever do that? Just create a layout and you just, you just layer and do the things that you love to do and you just have fun with it. Like sometimes I get so distracted of trying to do all these different things, trying to be inspiring, trying to use extra inspiration, trying to, when really, when it comes down to it, I just want to take a great photo that I love and just have fun on a layout. Just play and layer and just, and this layout actually took me a little bit longer to do because I was just playing and it wasn't about, and I did want to get it perfect, but it wasn't about, I don't know, I wasn't worried about it. So I did add that yellow to the sides. And I know that it's not all symmetrical and whatnot, but sometimes I don't really care. I mean, I know design should be, you do want to have a nicely designed layout, but sometimes you just have to just go with your gut and do something a little different. And I think that's what I did with this. And I love those chipboard pieces from that Wild kit. I really love Allie's kits, if I haven't said that. Her story kits are just so much fun. They're a good way to add some, to have a place to start, if you will. If you're having a hard time coming up with ideas for layouts, I wish I had that problem sometimes. I don't. I have so many photos and so many stories that I want to tell that, yeah, I will be working all my life, and I'm okay with that. I don't know if my family will be okay with that by the time they see all the layouts that I've created, but that's how it is with us storytellers, isn't it? So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I want to put with that triangle piece. There's my child showing me some kit. So I did take out a lot of me looking through die cuts and stuff because I didn't think it was necessary, but I really liked that piece from Fancy Free. I don't know if I'd go with that though. I just kind of play around with, and then I find these flowers for Maggie Holmes and I absolutely love them. And so I decided that I'm going to layer those on the layout. They really help with that naturey feel. So eventually I will find what works. I decide to use that, but I end up using it up at the top. Though I actually don't mind it on the side a little bit over, but I layer some of these flowers and eventually I will get it. I will say I tried to do a little bit nicer of a scriptier font on there. And I don't really care for that. You'll see it in the close-ups. It looks kind of green and I don't know. It could have been better, but isn't that how it is sometimes that, you know, I'm not a perfectionist, so in the sense of that I felt like I needed to take it off and redo it. So I left it. I figured, my family in the long run isn't gonna go, "Oh, your handwriting here sucks, Mom." They're gonna be like, "Oh, she did something cute." you know, or whatever, and they're just gonna go ahead. But I just layer lots and lots of goodies, and then this is just about done. So I'm gonna leave this, and you can just watch me finish this up, and you can see the close-ups. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some videos of stuff that I did before I left Hawaii. I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys have an inspired week. Bye.